Hey fam, how y'all doing today? Welcome back to History Highlights with Laney. In this video, I will highlight a few women in history. Kristin Crawley will be LA's first female and openly gay fire chief. Kristin Crawley will officially head the LA Fire Department after the City Council unanimously approved her appointment, which was on the first day of Women in History Month. She says her priorities will include promoting a work environment that is free of harassment, discrimination, and hazing, on top of maintaining firefighters' safety, health, and overall well-being. Maya Angelou, some say Maya Angelou, Maya Angelou becomes the first Black woman to be on a U.S. quarter. The Coens debut a 4-year series of quarters featuring trailblazing women. Maya Angelou, distinguished American writer, scholar, and activist, has become the first Black woman to be featured on a quarter. The Coen inaugurates the United States Mint's new American Women Quarters program, launched this year, 2022, and will continue through 2025. The debut Coen presents Maya raising her outstretched arms in the air in a gesture of grace and triumph. Behind her are an eagle in flight and the rays of the rising sun, symbols said to be inspired by her writings, such as, "I know why the caged bird sings." Maya Angelou once said, "Make a mark on the world that can't be erased." She has done many things, written poems, essays, books, and plays, as well as her participation in civil rights. Unfortunately, she will only be on the back of the quarter. Elizabeth Blackwell. Elizabeth Blackwell became the first woman to receive a medical degree. As a graduation ceremony at the church in Geneva, New York, on January 23, 1849, Geneva Medical College bestows a medical degree upon Elizabeth Blackwell, the first woman in the United States to receive one. Despite the near uniform opposition of her fellow students and medical professionals, Blackwell pursued her calling with an iron will and dedicated her life to treating the sick and furthering the cause of women in medicine. Blackwell's family was remarkable by any standards. Her father was an abolitionist, and both her brother and his wife were active in the women's suffrage movement. Another sister-in-law was the first female minister to be ordained in the mainstream Protestant denomination. And Elizabeth's younger sister, Emily, also studied medicine. A gifted student, Elizabeth felt compelled to become a doctor after a conversation with her dying friend, who told her that her ordeal had been much worse because her physicians were all men. Elizabeth's family approved of her ambition, but the rest of society still found the idea of female doctors laughable. It was quite literally a joke, even to the men who accepted her to the Geneva Medical College. The question of whether or not to accept a woman was put up to a vote of the students, who voted in favor as a joke. Oh, she was a joke, huh? Nevertheless, Blackwell received her acceptance letter and started school in 1847. Blackwell's fellow students shunned her. So did the townspeople of Geneva, New York. Her professors complained that teaching her was an inconvenience, and one even tried to stop her from attending a lesson. Wow, fearing that it would be immodest for her to be present. But she did graduate, and she published her thesis in the Buffalo Medical Journal. Wow, she was the first. Amanda Ingrid Seals, born July 1st, 1981, formerly known by the stage name Amanda Diva, is an American comedian and actress. Since 2017, she has starred on the HBO comedy series Insecure. In 2019, HBO released her first stand-up comedy special, I Be Knowing. Then in 2020, Seals launched her Smart, Funny, and Black, a comedy game show that showcases Black culture, history, and experience. And she's also very active in the causes that African Americans care about. Last but not least, we're rounding out with trailblazer Harriet Tubman. Civil War veteran Harriet Tubman becomes the first African American woman to appear on a postage stamp, the first in the Post Office Black Heritage Series. Tubman's appearance on stamps was emblematic both of the progress made in recognizing African Americans' contribution to American history and of the ongoing efforts to put abolitionists on equal footing with slave owners in the national historical canon. Tubman was a singular figure of the abolition movement, an enslaved woman who escaped captivity in Maryland and made at least 19 trips back to free more enslaved people. Tubman is estimated to have helped several hundred enslaved people find freedom in Canada via the Underground Railroad, and is said to have never lost a passenger. During the Civil War, she freed 700 more when she led Union forces on a raid on a ferry in South Carolina. In her later life, though, she had little money of her own. Yes, she earned the title Moses of her people. So there you have it, a little bit of history on women in history. Be well, stay safe, and stay in peace, not pieces. Subscribe and hit that bell so you will know every time I upload a video. Word of the year, peace. Peace. Deuces. See you soon. Love y'all, fam.